Hey, it's Keith from Save the Rust, and today we're back on our 1942 Harley. So a little update on the last week. What we got done is a friend of mine came down and he helped me finish this rim, get it all trued. I have been trying for a little while to true these wheels, and I've done a few already, but these rims are 80 years old. There's some real funkiness that goes on with them that if you have experience, you'll be able to get past it. But I haven't had that much experience with truing wheels that I was confident to get it done. So he came down, and this wheel he got done. It's just out of specs something like 32 thou. We're close to 40. But if I showed you this rim, some of the issues with it, it's really, I don't know if it's just the way these rims were made. I'm guessing that's what it was. But if you ran your hand on this inside lip, what you feel is almost like serrations. It's not as smooth, and it's symmetrical all the way around. So it must be just the way that, and you can feel it when it's by the spoke, kind of like when they push the spoke, it almost like stretched the metal right in that spot. So when you're putting it on the dial indicator, it's just really going all over the place. And, my buddy Melvin was able to look past that and get these rims, this one's ready to go. So he was able to true it. That's what it comes down to. The other rim, well, that one's even worse. So he took that one home to take some more of his time with it, and because I have a lot of patience, but when there's a certain point where my patience is done, I'm done. I can't deal with it. So especially when I've never taken any mechanics courses. This is all self-taught. So sometimes you can't, figure out everything on your own. So anyway, one of the things we have to deal with now is right here. So originally this would be where these things go in. And, this was how they kind of kept the tires in position. So these would go through there, and you'd have the rim on, and you pull them in. I get it, but we're not going to use them. I run 18-inch rims on my blue bike and never use them. Never had an issue with the tires. So what we're going to do is we have to fill up these holes. It's just these tiny little holes, and there is a difference. This one, you can see it's oblong here. If I'm correct, that is a 42 rim. 43, they went with round holes, because what they did on the 42s, they took these and then they ground the sides on two sides so that I guess it would stick perfectly square. You couldn't rotate it in the rim. Anyway, so we got to kind of make something that's gonna, fill up the holes and not allow any water to, kind of penetrate in. So I'm gonna probably end up taking. There's one idea. There's a T-bar bolts that kind of go into a newer style exhaust where you slide them into the slot. And I was gonna cut those down, grind the sides, make them fit, then reparkerize them, and put a little dab of silicone kind of behind, and that's it. Because the flush, it wouldn't kind of get in the way where like a bolt, if I took a bolt and then put it on there, it's a bit of a hump, and we could end up running into a situation where the tube wears off on that. So that's my idea. That's what we're gonna try. And then We're gonna install the tire, not today, but that's, you know, we get to install the tire. Then we can put it on the bike. I'm really excited about this because, you know, I've never seen this bike with wheels on, and it's gonna look so much different. So stay tuned, follow along. We got a couple other things we gotta do. We're gonna be working on our ignition switch. We might be installing the oil tank. I got some more parkerizing, some blasting done, and we got more parkerizing parts to do. I'll show you that in a second. But again, it's slowly coming along. This is how a restoration takes. It takes time. So here's some of the parts I've had blasted this week. There is some clamps for the air cleaner. There's some clamps for the hoses that will also parkerize. I got a couple of star hubs here, star hub covers that we're going to parkerize. There's the air pump brackets, the mounting brackets, and axle adjusters, and a bunch of other stuff. So we're going to parkerize these in the next couple days, and then we can install that. Don't ask me how, but I lost this piece somewhere, the original one for this. So I took this ignition apart just for this piece, and we're going to reinstall it. So again, having a manual goes a long way. It tells you every single part number, etc. So let's get this thing together. Here's the cover, and we're going to slide the tumbler inside. It's the original one. One of the things you can see is there's numbers on there. So I got the ignition together. Looks great. Looking forward to replacing this chrome one. And just to look at it, I got the tumbler in the right spot too. I got the pin hole for the cover, and the 2 poles on the bottom and the 3 poles on the top. Just like this one, like how we're supposed to have a 5 pole. But with the brass, that's more of a military as opposed to the chrome. A lot of times they're painted green. I'm just going to leave it. I kind of like it. The only problem I have is finding the cover. The cover, I have a bunch of covers, but they're all chrome plated. So I'm not sure if I can get all the chroming and everything else off. So we'll see what we can come up with. So we're back on the 1942 Harley this morning. Waylon's taking the bolts off of the tire chock so we can get it out of the way, because I can't put the front tire in before we take that off. And we got both tires all done here. Got them finally trued up. Thanks to a buddy, Melvin, who spent some time on the one. The other one wasn't too bad. And then Ron at Innovative Cycle for mounting the tires, not scratching them. Thanks, buddy. And we got Waylon here doing his job. So thanks to one of our viewers here. Had a keen eye and they noticed I put the horn mount backwards. So before we put the tire in, I have to change that. And not sure how I caught it. It looked, you know, at the time it looked right. But once you look closer, you would see that it possibly could hit the steering dampener, not steering dampener, but the ride control. And thanks again. Saves me having to pull the tire off later. So let's get on this. Okay, so get that last screw in there, or last nut, sorry. Yeah, you go on this side, I'll go on that side. See it?
Yeah, I could barely see it.
I know, it's tough.
I think I got it.
You're close. There we go, good.
Worked.
So we gotta put this bolt back on. Lucky to have an extra set of hands with this. There's so many small components, lock washers, etc. Got that one bolt out, Waylon?
Huh?
I got one of them out.
Oh.
Okay.
What about the...
Pretty excited to get these wheels on. I've never seen this bike before with wheels on, so it's a pretty big day. If I haven't said that before, well, I'm saying it again. So we'll finish tightening this up. We're gonna get this wheel chock out of the way. We'll be right back. Okay, so let's get this brake drum on. Let's see, push through. Okay, turn it, spin it the other way. Okay, good, good.
Okay.
Pull it up, put this one in.
Just keep doing that process.
Yep. The other way. Yep. We got 5 bolts, they're tapered, and that's what holds the front brake drum on. Next one.
This one, I'm still going with it.
We're gonna do one more time all the way around. Nope.
Yep, that's tight.
So what you want to do is go this way, go straight, square. Okay, now pull. Okay, that one's tight. Let's do the next one. All right.
Wait, 2, 1. Wait, 2. Nope.
That's it. Good job. Pull the axle up.
This?
Yep. But just watch your fingers. Don't hit the paint. So pull it up straight. Pull it up. Straight that way. So we got the brake drum all installed, and we're gonna slide this tire in. We'll have to get the spacer, and we're still missing the nut that holds the spacer that holds onto the brake drum. We have to parkerize it. It's been blasted and everything. So one more part. There's always another piece to be added. Okay, we don't need that yet.
No.
No. No, we don't need that yet.
Not yet.
No. So
Once you get it in.
what we need to do is we have to put this in between. Okay, so let me get this on. Okay. Okay, put that axle through. It's not gonna be easy to get this.
You gotta put that on.
Okay, keep pushing it through. Okay, push it through. Okay, watch out. Go on that side.
Okay.
Because I'm lifting, because the tire. There.
I see it. Push in.
Let's see. For a sec. Okay. So we got whaling on the jack, lifting up the front of the motor. We have the back end tied down because we're lifting the entire bike when we just want to lift the front. So we can get this, few things. We can get the front stands out and then have the ability to put the wheel chock back in.
It's going up. Oh.
Okay, so we got that. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Bit more. Okay, that's good. So now we got to position this back where those holes are. Right here. Okay.
Lower it.
No, not yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to reattach, stop wheeling. We're going to reattach all the bolts for the front stand. So when we lay it down, then we can pull it forward and anchor it back into the wheel chock. This is the least fun part of this whole endeavor. Okay, stop. So let's get the back wheel put in now.
Well, you're not facing the back. But you don't know what you said. Put it right there. Is there an axle?
Yeah, it's on the other side. So we had a bit of a tough time getting it in. Realized I had on the brake drum spacer, I had the spacer on the wrong side of the frame, which took up about 3/8 of an inch. So now we can put this wheel in, I hope.
Yay! Yay! Working. Just gonna tip the side a bit.
Yeah. So there's pins on the back brake drum, and then it's also held in by those brake drum nuts or bolts. So you have to make sure you get the pins in the right holes and then the bolts in the other right holes. Okay, so that's good here. Where's that axle, Waylon? Let's put the axle in for just a second. Still have to put the spacer on, but I want to put the axle in just to get it level. Where'd you put it?
Oh, it's here.
Okay.
I didn't put it anywhere. It was right. I see it.
Okay.
It's coming, just coming, coming.
All right, that's good right there.
Okay.
All right.
Not good.
So now the pins have sunken right in, and we'll put the brake drum bolts on. So then just rotate the tire.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So there we go. We got both wheels on, brakes on. We got it back into the wheel chock. It's strapped down and it's solid and it looks great. Thanks, Waylon, for all the help. And next on the list, I guess, is let's replace that ignition and then continue on. We got the ignition switch swapped over. We're still gonna have to fit this. I think there's some spacers that have to be put under here. So we'll get the dash all put in. For sure, I'm gonna have to space out the speedometer, but it's coming along. Looks great with some tires on it, that's for sure. Put the oil tank on. That's gonna help us make sure we got the right height for the speedo, the ignition, because we'll have to probably space it. But she's looking like a really nice looking bike now. Actually looks like a bike. So for the first time in 3 years since I bought the project, it is on its own wheels. It's coming along pretty good. I'm excited. So lots of little stuff still to do. You know, just a bolt here, a nut there. Lots of that kind of stuff, some more fitting. But we're gonna leave this video right here. We're gonna end it and follow along. Hopefully in the next couple weeks, we'll get another video out. I mean, everything's gonna be a little bit slower now because there's less big parts, but I've got my seat and my saddlebags should be finishing up in the next week or two, and I'm excited about that. And I guess we'll probably start working on some of the other bikes again. If you haven't checked out the videos in the last week, I was in Regina, Saskatchewan, and I was able to go and see quite a few different collections. I was able to document 5 different collections and the Deep Freeze 2 bike show. And check out those videos. There's some really cool bikes, Indians, Harleys, and a lot more. Some really cool stuff. So thanks again. I'm Keith from Save the Rust. Waylon just went upstairs. Thanks again for watching, and hey, have a great day.